Hi guys! Remember in our last lesson how Amy met Red Tiger and she asked him if he would please give up his violent ways, the things that he was doing, because he thought he was helping people, but really he was committing sin and he was doing some very bad things. Amy asked him to please give himself up to the police, but he wouldn't do it. About 5 days after Red Tiger allowed Amy to begin caring for his children, Amy heard that the police had captured him. Now, when he was arrested, along with the other men that he was with, the police did treat them very cruelly, and they all ended up in the hospital. Well, Amy went to go visit Red Tiger in the hospital to see if she could get him to change his mind about Jesus. She wanted to show him that God still cared for him, even though he had sinned and done some very bad things. There in the hospital, Amy told him of Jesus, and Red Tiger listened. He decided to give his life to Jesus and ask God to forgive him of all the many sins he had committed. But as he got better, he had to go back to jail. And in jail, since Red Tiger was a very new Christian, he didn't understand that God would protect him even there. So he made a mistake and he escaped jail and he ran away. Now, many people started questioning Amy and the things that she had done in order to tell Red Tiger about Jesus. So, as the police looked for Red Tiger, Amy prayed for an opportunity to be able to find him. So she put on her disguise and she went out into the jungles to be able to see if she could find Red Tiger, because something horrible had begun to happen. Now, there was someone who was pretending to be Red Tiger, and he was stealing things and he was killing people. It was horrible. Amy wanted Red Tiger to turn himself in to the police so that people would learn the truth, that it wasn't him that was killing again and doing very bad things and stealing. But Red Tiger refused, and eventually the police caught up to him. And in the end, the police, when they drew their guns on him, he never shot at the police. He kept his promise to Amy, and the police killed him that day. Amy was very sad to learn of this, but she also knew that Jesus had changed Red Tiger's life. She knew that Red Tiger was in heaven because no matter how many bad things he did in his life, he trusted Jesus to forgive him. And he knew that Jesus was the Savior of the world that God had provided. So even though Amy was sad in the loss of Red Tiger, she was confident that he was in heaven. Now, there were some people out there in the villages around where Amy lived in Dohnavur that didn't trust Amy very much because she had spent time with Red Tiger and told him about Jesus. But God continued to protect her and the children in all that she was doing. People continued to come to live with Amy, and God's hand of protection took care of them all. Now, over the years, Amy was able to do beautiful things because God kept his promises. Not because Amy was strong, but only because she made decisions to obey God, to do things that pleased him, and to always look for his good in her life and not to try to make herself happy. God changed lives of people that Amy came in contact with over and over again. Now this week, we're going to have one extra lesson, and let's see how much you guys remember from the life of Amy Carmichael. Bye for now.